Hey, what's up, Jam Fam? So, finally getting to sit down and watch the Hank sneak peeks. I know they've been out for a couple days now, but I've been busy with my own stuff, so I haven't been able to sit down and watch this. I'm gonna be doing a live react to this, much like I would in Brawl Talk. I'm not streaming or anything right now. I'm just sitting down watching this real quick, so that's what we're gonna do. Now, I'm gonna be straight up with you guys. Hank was the brawler I was the least excited for from Brawl Talk. He looked like his main attack was gonna be a little clunky, and his super looked laughably bad. So, they're really gonna have to wow me with his kit for me to be impressed with him as a brawler right now. I just have a negative disposition from him from like my first impressions in Brawl Talk. So I'm gonna try to keep an open mind going into this, but just know that I already don't like this brawler going into it. So if I'm a little negative, that's probably why. But like I said, I'm gonna try to keep an open mind. So let's get into it. All right, if you can't tell from here, we're going to be reacting to Kairos Time's video. I just feel like he does a really good breakdown of like a brawler's whole kit, like every aspect of like how much damage they do, their area of control, that type of stuff. So we're just gonna jump through this real quick.
Hank is the newest epic brawler coming to the game, and he's the second brawler in the
Alright, so he's gonna be an epic brawler. That's pretty cool. I like that. I mean, that means he's gonna be really easy to get with credits. I don't know what they are anymore. There's too many currencies in the game.
attack is Balloon Blast. His tank starts inflating a bubble that gets bigger and stronger the longer you hold on to it. His ammo bar works a lot like Amber's, but instead of showing how much ammo he has,
it just shows how charged it is.
Shows you how inflated his bubble is.
See, that's what I don't like, is how long it seems like it takes a while to charge up. I know Kairos is probably going to break this down. It seems like it takes a while to charge up to get it to max range, max damage, and it seems very clunky, and it seems like people are just going to be able to stay away from you. So that's what I'm not excited about.
Similar to B's attack, Hank can only fire one ammo at a time, and there is a significant cooldown between each of his attacks, but there's no bar indicating how long that is. After some testing,
he can attack through walls, though. That's kind of nutty. That's kind of crazy. He's going to love being behind walls, huh?
Just keep in mind that enemies cannot see Hank charging his bubble when he's hiding in a bush.
Okay, so you could pop out of a bush with your bubble charged. Showdown campers are going to love that, huh?
But they can see the bubble if he's out in the open, so they will know to stay away from him when they get close to him with a charged bubble.
Yeah, and seeing the bubble when you're being approached on, that's what really kills it for me, is that like I said, people are going to see the bubble and they're going to start running away from you because you could do a ton of damage. I mean, he was doing like 2100 damage right there. And then like on top of that, if you're a mid-range brawler, then you're going to be able to outrange him. So like, why would you ever let him try to get close to you? I don't know. It just seems very clunky to me.
Super is fish torpedoes. Hank fires 6 similar torpedoes in a similar pattern to Spike's needles after each main attack blows up. Now these torpedoes travel so
Now, these look terrible. Like, the super just looks laughing. Like, I know he's gonna go stand inside the bot and it's gonna do like 8,000, 9,000 damage, something like that. But like, that really only works in heist, and I think Hank's gonna be pretty decent in heist. The fact that he can shoot through walls and he does good damage on some heist maps, he'll be fine. Something like pit stop, he'll do fine. But like, I don't feel like that's like super realistic. Like standing inside of a safe and doing a bunch of damage is not realistic to a brawler's actual like performance in a match.
Hank's first gadget is water balloons. Hank's next attack will slow everything that it hits for 3 seconds.
That's a decent gadget at least. So if you do get a hit, then people can't run away from you. That's pretty decent gadget at least. And 3 seconds is a fair decent amount of time, especially for something that does like 2100 damage. So I mean, that's fine.
Hank's second gadget is Barricade. When he activates this gadget, he instantly gets a shield that blocks 40% of all damage dealt to him for the next 3 seconds. For reference, this is literally Crow's defense booster gadget. There's no
So here we are copying more brawler kit pieces. I mean, what are you gonna do? I mean, we all know Crow's defense booster gadget's pretty decent, right? But I feel like what makes it really good on Crow is the fact that it allows him to go aggro and kind of changes his playstyle. Where I mean, Hank's gonna benefit from that, right? Because he's a tank, he has a ton of HP, so 40% more effective HP for 3 seconds is very good. But I feel like it's not going to be as good as it is on Crow, but Hank will be able to take advantage of it for sure.
Hank's first star power is It's Gonna Blow. This star power increases Hank's movement speed by 20% while his main attack is charged up by...
All right, I don't care what the other star power is. This is going to be better because this allows... This directly deals with that problem that I said where people are going to stay away from you, because Hank probably already has an average movement speed, so then when you push him into the fast or very fast category of movement speed, that kind of counteracts the issue with people trying to run away from you, because then you're just going to be faster than them. So I do like this. This kind of solves my main issue with Hank. So that's good. That's good.
80% or higher. It takes 3 seconds for you to fully inflate a bubble, and you can only hold it for 3 more seconds once it's full. So to save you the math, he can get speed boosted for 3.6 seconds at most. That's going to be a lot of speed boost throughout the match since he doesn't even...
So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to be sitting in a bush, start to charge it before you get your speed boost, start coming out, and then get your speed boost coming like as you're like starting to approach. I feel like that's like the most effective. That way you can take advantage of the full, what do you say, 3.9 seconds. So I feel like that's going to be the most effective way to take advantage of the star power.
Second star power is take cover. With this star power equipped, as long as Hank is right next to a wall, he receives a shield that blocks 20% of all damage dealt to him. This shield has no time limit to it, but you can see right here that you really do have to be right next to the wall in order to get the shield. I also tested to see if Hank's second gadget would...
All right, so for this, it seems like more walled off maps are gonna take, you know, if you have more bushes, you're gonna want to be able to take advantage of the speed gadget. I think that one's generally gonna be better anyway, or star power. I feel like that one's gonna be better generally anyway, because, you know, like I said, that resolves the biggest issue with Hank. But I mean, like on a more walled off map, this one might, you know, you'll be able to take advantage of this one more often. But I just feel like the speed boost is just generally better for Hank.
Stack on top of his star power, but it looks like the gadget doesn't even work if the star power is activated, at least.
Wow, and you can't even use your gadget. You can't even use your second gadget with the star power, so that's kind of mid. All right, so the fact that you can't use your second gadget with this star power kind of means that the first gadget's just better in general, no matter what you're running, because that kind of deals with the issue where people move away from you. Like I said, that's like my main issue with him, so that's what I'm focusing on. But that seems like that's going to be one way to deal with people moving away from you nonstop, and then it just pairs better with your boosted movement speed on a charge bubble from the first star power. So it seems like Hank's going to be one of those brawlers that generally has the best setup, where it's going to be first star power, first gadget, and that's really all you're going to want to run for the most part. Maybe some maps you're going to be able to take advantage of the second star power, but the second gadget just seems not worth it.
Next is the attack range test, and his attack range depends on how long the bubble is charging for. The smallest it can be is 2 2/3 tiles, and the biggest is 5 1/3 tiles, so he actually ties with Mortis for 58th place. Next is the 3 attack kill test. Now,
so he has a 5 tile range. I guess it's better than I thought, but like I said, people are going to see this bubble and want to run away. Like, plain and simple. But, I mean, 5 tiles is decent, right? I mean, it's the same idea as, like he said, Mortis walking up to you. You're going to want to stay away from Mortis. The difference, obviously, Mortis has the dash mobility, so.
Next is his supercharge test. One thing that's interesting is that his supercharge does not depend on the size of his bubble or the amount of damage.
All right, so he charges his super in 3 shots, which is decent. But, like I said, I think his super's kind of bad. So, I mean, like, it's good that he can kind of spam it out. Gives him a little area control. Gives you more of a reason to just hit it. But at the same time, it seems like it's not a great super, right? So it's like it doesn't really matter that much how quickly he charges it, because, you know, at most you're going to be able to hit maybe 2 projectiles if you're really close up to somebody. But it's like Cairo said at the beginning of the video, it's kind of like, it's basically Spike's first gadget, where it kind of just spams shots out, but it's only 1 round of them instead of 3. So it doesn't seem like I said, I don't think it's going to be the best. Obviously, it's going to do fine in something like Heist or like when you're really close up to somebody. But for the most part, I don't think you're going to get a ton of damage out of it.
We have the super damage test. Hank fires 6 projectiles that each do 1,500.
Yeah, see, that's kind of what I figured. It'd be like, well, it's a lot less than what I figured, actually, because I said it would be like 7,000, 4,500. Like I said, like if you're inside of like a heist safe or whatever, you're going to be able to do decent damage to it. But outside of that, that's going to be like the one situation where you can take full advantage of a super.
What happened when I attacked with these bots in the training cave? I think he can only hit brawlers with 3 torpedoes at max, which would deal 4,500 damage. But if he is directly on top of a large target like the boss in the training cave or a heist safe, he can deal...
Okay, never mind. 10,500. Obviously that's good. Like I said, I think Hank's going to be good in heist. But like Cairo said, you can only hit people with probably 3 torpedoes at most. Normal hitboxes. And, I mean, 4,500 damage is nothing to scoff at, but you also have to be inside them. You got to be all up in them. So it's like, I don't know. Who's going to let a tank get inside of their hitbox like that?
10,500 damage with all 6 torpedoes, so he gets 3rd place. Up next, we have the 1-second DPS test. This test is all about figuring out how much.
So he just spams super inside the see, unrealistic number right here. This isn't gonna happen in a real match. High safes don't recharge your actual super, and people aren't gonna let you get inside them to have 10,000 HP to do this. This is an unrealistic number here. Alrighty, well, that's gonna do it. I think that Hank's a lot better than I actually expected. I was expecting him to be like super bad, like very, like terrible, one of the worst in the game. But honestly, I think that first star power does a lot of work for him because, like I said, that kind of resolves his main issue where people see that bubble charged up and they're just gonna run away and outrange you because you don't have the longest range with Hank. On top of that, I think that the first gadget pairs really nicely with that first star power. So like I said, you can hang out in a bush, charge up your shot, activate your gadget, and then just rush after somebody, hit them with a bunch of damage, slow them down, and then you can just spam auto aim from that point on and probably burst them down because you do, I think the 3-shot burst was 4,400 or something around them numbers, which is very decent. You know, you can kill a good chunk of brawlers with that. As far as what modes I think he's going to be decent in, obviously bounty he's going to struggle in. He doesn't have the longest range in the game, so obviously he's not going to do great there. I think gem grab, it's going to be map dependent. You're going to want to have more walls or bushes that he can take advantage of. Brawl ball he's going to be decent in. Tanks generally do good in brawl ball just because they have a lot of HP. They can carry the ball. They take a lot of ammo to deal with, so he's going to do fine there. And then obviously there's maps like Sneaky Fields where there's a lot of bushes. He's going to be able to take full advantage of stuff like his first star power, the speed gear, his first gadget. He's just going to be a bit of a menace. Like I said, I think Heist is going to be probably his best mode because he can do a ton of damage to safe. Like Cairo showed, he can do 10,000 damage to a safe. Obviously, you're not going to be able to spam supers nonstop on the safe like he was showing because safes don't recharge your super, so that's a bit of irrelevant. But obviously, he's going to be a bit map dependent. You don't want to take him on the longer range heist maps where he's going to struggle. You're going to want to take him on something like Pit Stop, like I said, something with walls and everything's generally closer together. So, you know, he'll be good in heist, but it's going to be map dependent. Anyway, that's going to do it for me. Let me know what you think about Hank down in the comments. If you like him, dislike him, whatever, let me know. If you made it this far in the video and you're not subscribed, consider subscribing as well. Anyway, that's gonna do it for me. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.